It is time to get raw. It is time to get down. It is time for the Rawdown, the number one source of everything, anything, everything WWE related, right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. I've got my host, the MVP Marco. What's up, Marco?
Nothing much, man. I think we lost a little weight here.
Yeah.
Something holding us down.
Somebody had to go to Baltimore. Young Anthony, he's out there in Baltimore. But Sleep on Saul McGraw's here, and Marco, I got you 1 hour. 1 hour late time. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so of course it's me, Boney, of course, J-Bone, Saul McGraw, whatever you want to call me, asshole, whatever. I answer to it all. So, but we're here live. We don't have the champ. The champ is not here this week. Yeah, you know, like Tyson says, maybe it's time to trim the fat off.
That is, yeah. No, he's right. Yeah. Like I said, we lost a little weight. We lost that anchor. Now we can float to the top.
Yeah.
Just you know.
Yeah. Yeah. We're buoyant now. We're very buoyant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping there's the president's going to consider stripping this guy of his title if he can't make another show. So
we got Sneak Teddy hasn't made an appearance in a while. Maybe we maybe we need to knock on his door, huh?
Kind of a last minute. Hey, I can't make it, you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this guy, he's such a jabron. But it's okay because we're the champs, and we're here for another week of pro wrestling talk. So, you know what? We haven't really hit any of the bumpers in a while, and so let's say let's go with this here real quick. I want to talk about this. Let's do our NXT report right off the bat here first. All right.
Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and you busters. Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and busters.
NXT report. Yeah, we are starting off live in NXT. I kind of made a little switch on you, Marco. Sorry about that, but but the reason why I wanted to talk about it, which I think is pretty big news in the world of pro wrestling overall. The debut of Ava Raine. I know maybe a lot of people are not familiar. Like, who is that? That is Simone Johnson, the daughter of the great one. And finally, she has made her debut. The daughter of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made her debut as a part of the Schism faction.
Yep.
Everybody knows I don't really partake in NXT. They lost me a year ago. Or 2 minutes, what is it now? And it's just I haven't been on the train yet. So, Mark, I'm gonna let you take it from here. Talk to us about Schism.
Yeah. So, if you don't follow NXT, obviously, so Schism is kind of like it's almost like a cult,
right?
In a sense. It's not like it's not.
That's what I picked up on.
If you watch it, you kind of get like the the Wyatt family kind of vibe from it. You would think so anyway, but I personally don't get that. I get more of a, the leader is really creepy. Bray Wyatt isn't creepy; he's charismatic. So you kind of like you hang on every single word. But when Schism's on the screen, it's a little bit different. It seems like these people are being kind of like hypnotized into doing the bid. So it is kind of I want to see how it's going to fit. So it is kind of strange of a debut for The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine, to debut in Schism. I'm curious to see what it looks like, but the other cool thing about this too is she's the first ever fourth generation.
I thought that too actually this week
in WWE. Let's
WWE. Okay, all right, okay, all right, good. Yeah,
let's limit it to WWE because if you're in the WWE world, nothing exists outside of that. Bubble.
Right.
I mean, anyway, but yeah. So I mean, the People's Daughter making her debut, and she said, she's. I forget like exactly what she said, but her first words are like, she's found her family, essentially. So he spoke to her. She joined, and I'm curious who they're gonna brawl with, because the Legado I can't even talk. Legado, the faction there, they're gone. They're on SmackDown now. There's no faction for them to beef with. So kind of curious to see how they're gonna,
that was gonna be my question.
Beef. Yeah, or are they gonna just have her kind of like as that singles person, but within the group, essentially kind of like a Rhea Ripley for Judgment Day.
Right.
Like she's not going to participate obviously in the matches and stuff like that, but maybe she'll be that, that the woman that's like the, their anchor that keeps them afloat and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited to see what she does. I mean, it's The Rock's daughter. I mean, she has a lot to live up to.
Right. It makes you feel. Yeah. I saw some of the criticism, and I mean, just don't want to know Schism. I mean, I understand it, but people got to understand. First of all, this is their developmental,
exactly.
Promotion, and this is her very first live or her debut, her TV debut. Anyway, I know she's done some worked a few matches. I think like some house shows and stuff like that, some NXT house shows. And she had this. I know she had an injury that kind of set her back for a little while.
Yep.
So, but I think from what I've seen, people need to chill, Bearcat.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think she. I'm thinking people were hoping she would debut alone, solo.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking it'd be cool, but then what would her character be like? What would what's they would have to introduce her as they would have to start doing those vignettes. We'd have to be preemptively get ready for her to debut, and they didn't do any of that stuff. It was she just debuted out of out of shock essentially. So I mean, I like the fact that she's with that group because they're all good talkers, and sometimes I mean if she again, her father's The Rock, one of the best mic people in wrestling. I mean, wrestling history. Right. So now she has that to live up to. So what better to be around those guys that are really good talkers, and she can learn from them and do those types of promos and stuff like that. I actually like her being with a group. Yeah, because it's going to help her develop a lot better.
Right.
I mean, so when she does maybe go to the main roster, she is by herself. She's not with that group. So look kind of with Sanity with Nikki Cross. I mean, that helped her, and now we see her kind of new evolution, her new character this week. I was like, whoa, I loved it. That's a little side thing we can talk about later. But you know what? Didn't I say that last week? I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
I said she should come back as crazy. And I think Anthony was like, "Nah, I don't know. I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
I don't want to see her come back as crazy." Come on, dude. But,
it was a different kind of crazy, But
she was just pissed off pretty much.
Right.
But I mean, like I said, I'm excited. It's all with NXT, them kind of rebranding themselves too as obviously it is developmental, but at the same time, it is kind of like the big time. There's a lot of crossover that's happening too with NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. You're starting to see a lot of trade places essentially. Someone will show up on SmackDown. It might be a backstage vignette. It might be a match. So who knows? She might show up on Schism. Might actually show up on one night on maybe Raw to confront Judgment Day as a 4-on-4 faction, something like that. So who knows? I mean, I'm excited for her, man.
I don't know what people expected her. She just grab the mic and go, "Finally, the Pebble has come back."
Well, I've seen a lot of people going, a picture of it would be a picture of The Rock and Triple H, and it's The Rock calling up Triple H, going, "What the hell are you doing, my daughter?" I don't think The Rock, not that he doesn't care, but I'm pretty sure he would want his daughter to be on her own. To do her own thing.
Right. And that's why he hasn't commented on her, and he doesn't talk about her wrestling because he knows he's smart. The Rock is smart. Dwayne.
Yeah. She has to establish herself. Right. She's not going to have, no dig to Charlotte Flair, but she's not going to have her father at her side. And she's not even using the name. She's not even using the Johnson name or any of the family's names. It's a completely different name. So that sets herself up for me, for success. Anyway, just to establish herself on her own, and like you said, The Rock's smart. He knows what he's doing. I'm pretty sure he, congratulated her and said like, hey, great job last night, blah blah blah. Like I don't think he's like biting his nails. Oh my god, what they do to my daughter? She's buried already. It's like, no, she can't. You can't.
You can't be buried on your debut.
I hate the IWC sometimes, man.
Not on. if she had flopped or whatever, from all the things I've seen, she did good, for the first time. If she has your flop, okay, maybe you could criticize something as far as like, but from what I've seen, nothing's happened, nothing like that happened.
It was cool.
It was just a shock factor, like, oh wow, she's with this cult group,
It's just, like I said, I'm intrigued because it's weird. It's just weird that she's a part of that, like, fans. That's just like I said, I was gonna say knowing her, but I have no clue who the hell she is. But like just seeing her character and like watching her interviews and stuff like that, not really relating her personal, like her interview stuff to like her like in ring stuff. It is weird. It's like kind of like a shock. You didn't even know who the hell it was because the mask she was wearing was completely covered her face. Like you couldn't tell who she was at all. So that I thought her debut was really cool, man. I mean, like I said, I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, maybe she'll dethrone Mandy Rose. Maybe she's going to be that person to do so. Who knows?
You never know. So switching gears, talk about Mandy Rose and everything else, the NXT real quick. Why don't you give us a quick review of Halloween Havoc?
Halloween Havoc was great. I seen a lot of like I said, the opening match, ladder match for the North American Championship was, I mean, for me, 5 stars. It was. Wesley came out on top. That was more of a shock too, as well. I thought Hayes was gonna regain the title, but no, Wesley, man, they put the strap on him. And then there was like some backstage stuff, and Shawn Michaels like hugging him and congratulating him and stuff like
that. I kept staring at that video, and I kept staring at Michael's big old bald spot. Like, do something with that hair, dog.
Keep that hat on. But,
that hair's a no for me, dog.
I love it though. I was like, if you're watching NXT earlier in the year, after Wesley's partner was, he had to vacate his position with the company for some reasons we're not going to say,
right?
Because that's pretty heavy right now. That topic.
Yep.
But so he was kind of floundering. Like they weren't really doing anything with him. Like he like losing matches left and right. And usually that's kind of like a sign of, are they going to keep this guy around? I mean, he's known for his tag team position, not really a solo star. But I mean, he's shown proved, and I mean they put the title on him. I'm excited. That division, I'm not sure if that's the actual North American division, but those guys in the ring, if that's a division, I'm hooked on NXT every week. Because they all show improved, they all showcase their abilities in that match. I know I'm like really harping on this match, but that was probably the best. That was the match of the night for me. That ladder match,
yeah, for sure.
Mandy Rose regained. I've seen a lot of flack about the cinematic portion of that match. I'm not sure if you got to see it.
No.
But they were like walking through this like haunted house, and it was kind of cheesy, goofy, but I think that's what it was meant to be. Like people are like, oh my god, this is so awful, this is bad. I'm like, it's NXT. It's not supposed to be. Well, it's not the Undertaker's freaking Boneyard match.
It's actually paying homage to Halloween Havoc if you think about it. Spin the wheel, make the deal. Which I'll talk about that a little bit later on. And the Chamber of Horrors. It's supposed to be cheesy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like I picked that right up, like a B movie. Like slasher film. That's what they were going for with the acting, with the way it was done. I thought it was good. I picked that. I forget her name now. I'm bad with names.
Album Fire.
Yeah, I picked her to win. I thought she was going to win, but she didn't. So I was kind of surprised that they.
I did horrible in our picks league.
Yeah.
I was like on the basement. Actually, Seth called me out because I was like, I don't really watch NXT. And he's like, don't you host a WWE exclusive show? I was like, I don't watch NXT, bro. Sorry. Like, now, see, we barely even talk about it.
I did bad picks too, but whatever. It's okay. But other than that, I mean, rest of the card was good. Main event, Braun Breaker, dude, put that guy. Get him on the main roster already.
Yeah,
I think he's ready, dude. Like
it's time.
He's I'm not sure how they're going to debut him or where they're going to put him, but it's time to get that guy off of NXT.
Well,
but at the same time, they need to replace him, though. That's the thing.
Right.
That's the hard part.
Just a quick question on this. We don't have to get too deep in it, but what if he's the one that knocks off Roman?
I have my own theories on that for Roman Reigns. I have his demise planned out in my own mind anyway, and I think they're starting to plant the seeds for it now.
Well, I think that's a great segue. Let's use our old school.
Collar and elbow.
That's right. I'm running the ship. Video bumpers are back, baby.
Yeah, love it.
I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. But interesting kind of scenario played out on SmackDown. And first of all, we'll get into the match between Brawling Brutes and the Bloodline. It was Sheamus versus. It ended up being with them too, but Sheamus versus Solo Sikoa.
Yeah,
it's good, really good, solid match. I really like how I love what they're doing with Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes right now. But then of course they all celebrated in the back, and then they knew that Logan Paul was going to be there, so they said, all right, the tribal chief. Sami said the tribal chief says, don't mess with them. Let's leave. We job well done. And Jay says, hold up, Oos. I ain't gonna go down like that. Basically Jay said he's gonna get him some. He's gonna get him some of Logan, right? And Logan comes out, does his spiel, does a promo, good promo, and Jay attacks him and he does a number on him. Sami comes out to try to pull him out of the ring.
Yep.
And Jay goes, and then he misses with the Rikishi stink face move. I don't know what you call it. I don't know the technical term.
Yeah, right? I don't know the word that they either.
But that's what it reminds me of. Anyway, so he misses it, and Logan Paul drops him with that one shot that he was talking about.
Yep.
Which was, it was like storytelling, bro. Like, this is great. I loved it. And I'm not a Logan Paul fan, but I have really enjoyed the way they built this match a lot, actually. I know you kind of got into it in our group chat, but I didn't really say too much. I'll let you talk. What's going to happen? Who leaves the Bloodline first, Jey Uso or Sami Zayn?
See, I don't think anyone's leaving yet. So, obviously, Roman Reigns, he's going to come out this tomorrow because we're recording this tonight. So he's going to come out tomorrow night. He's going to be like, going to do a spiel about, I'm the head of the table, blah, blah.
It's my ring.
Yeah, this is.
You see that LED board? That's my LED board.
It might not be in ring. It might be in the back. There might be like a Bloodline meeting. He's definitely going to lay into Sami because he gave Sami that the role of watching Jay. That's his problem. It's not my problem. That's not my problem.
It's not my problem.
Your problem.
What's your problem?
So he's going to get on him for that. Then he's going to get on Jay for not listening to him. And I think it looks like they're going to kick Sami out, but I have a feeling that it's going to be Jay is going to be the first one to leave. Since when they started this Bloodline thing, it was Roman and Jay. They were the right hand, right? He was his right hand man or whatever, whatever he's called. And I think they kind of coming back full circle, where Jay's like had enough of this. Logan kind of planted that seed, like who's the real tribal chief? Is it this one that's always barking over here, walking around, pacing back and forth, or is it you? Are you Roman the tribal chief? Like, we don't know. I can't tell the difference. One of them's pacing back and forth and wants to kick my ass, but you're the one that's going to be, facing me. So I'm not sure. So I think it looks like Jay's leaving. I'm not sure it's going to be. I think like around Royal Rumble, and And the reason why is because Solo Sikoa did an interview. And he was just like, I guess he mentioned something to the fact where, like, if I'm in the Royal Rumble, I'm going to eliminate myself because I don't want to face, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, at WrestleMania. That's on my bag. I'm not doing that. So that got me to thinking, right? What if all of the bloodline is in the Royal Rumble? Okay? Right? And what if their plan is to just eliminate everyone else, like just control the ring? Sami, the Usos, Solo
We've seen it done before.
Their job is to, eliminate any and everybody that could be a threat to Roman Reigns, reign, essentially.
Right.
So we get to the point where it's just them four in the ring. And maybe the plan for Roman Reigns is, if it's just you four, just eliminate yourselves and just make it a no contest. No one faces me at WrestleMania for the title. But then you get this one guy that's been, just being dismissive of the tribal chief's words.
Big dog.
His name is Jay. Maybe they all jump out. Or maybe some of them jump out. And Jay's like that last person, just like contemplating if he should eliminate himself out of the Royal Rumble. And then at the last minute says, no, I'm staying in the ring. I'm going to face a tribal chief.
And he goes to WrestleMania.
And he goes, and for me, it seems like they are planting that seed, because for me, it does not look like The Rock is facing Roman at Mania.
Why do you
right
say
now?
that?
It doesn't look like that.
Why do you
for
say
me,
that?
anyway. I don't know. I mean, obviously they could, come January, things could change, but it looks like they kind of planting like a seed for Jay to, turn his back on the bloodline. And maybe Solo Sikoa is like that piece that takes over Jay's position. And then they position Jay as like a solo act, essentially, as a solo wrestler. Because they're kind of doing that before the whole bloodline thing started. It was Roman and Jay was that solo guy. He was a singles guy. Yeah. And if you're going to pick a guy out of the Usos to be the single star, it's going to be Jay, to me anyway. So, I mean, that's...
I like what you're saying. The only thing for me that's going to be hard, it makes it a little more convoluted, is the tag titles.
Yeah, maybe they lose them before.
They can lose them before, but
yeah.
But the fact that they have those tag titles, as they're undisputed, helps elevate the bloodline as a whole.
Yeah,
already.
I mean, maybe he's still the champion. Maybe he's acting on his own, and maybe they're still the tag champs.
Yeah.
And then now Jimmy has to now he has to decide, am I staying with the bloodline or do I side with my brother?
That's interesting. See, I'm thinking I'm leaning, of course, more towards Sami. I'm thinking this is all just a setup to get Sami to be booted out.
Okay.
So basically, Jay knew, Roman told Jay, said, hey, Sami thinks that I told him, don't touch him. Go out there, knock Logan's head off. That's my ring. You're my Jay Uso. Guess what? That Impulsive podcast, that's my podcast. He told Jay, hey, I don't care what he says, not gonna, go after him. Now there'll be some time, and then it's not gonna be tomorrow where he gets removed. I think it'll be some time, but it'll just be like a strike one against Sami kind of thing, and they'll keep finding ways to set up Sami where he gets blindsided, and he's the one he gets removed because of Roman. Not that he necessarily leaves, he gets removed because he's the only one that's an honorary Uso, and he's like. I think that whole T-shirt thing was done for a reason, not just being to make it like an honorary, but he's said to be set apart differently for a reason, and I think that will get us to the Royal Rumble where it's Sami versus Roman. The Roman Rumble.
Huh. I mean, then you can go opposite of that too. Now that you said that, you can go maybe Sami's trying to set up Jay to get Jay kicked out of the bloodline. Because he has that, because he hates Sami Zayn anyway, and everyone else loves Sami Zayn except for him.
Right?
Maybe he said, Roman's. Oh yeah, no. He said don't like. Maybe he knew that he was gonna do it anyway. Maybe he said, you know what? Maybe Roman did say, take out Logan Paul, but I'm gonna tell him don't do it because he's gonna do it anyway.
Okay, but possibly. I see. I look at Sami as like Sami and Roman. Roman is keep your enemies close. Messing it up. Keep your enemies real close to you. I think he looks at Sami as a threat, especially
who Roman Reigns.
Yes,
as a threat.
Yes, because listen to me. Listen to me.
Is this a hot take? No, I'm joking.
Because if you hear the crowd and they start chanting Sami, Sami, they're not acknowledging the tribal chief. They're acknowledging this doofus, Sami Zayn. Right?
Okay. All right, I get you.
So,
right.
under the skin of Roman, it's like really bugging the shit out of him. So he's like, I'm not going to show, I'm not going to show my cards yet. He's playing poker right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that's my feeling. I don't know. I mean, definitely comment below tell us what you think. Who's going to leave, Jay or Sami? And like, if you're listening to the podcast feed, head over to the, go over to the YouTube page, comment what you think. So, but I don't know. It's going to be very interesting next couple of months. We don't have day one, so we don't have a pay-per-view between Survivor Series.
Supposedly this deadline. Did you hear about this?
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, but I mean, like that's an NXT pay-per-view, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Not, so, we can talk about that real quick. NXT deadline is supposedly going to be airing the same night as Final Battle.
Yes.
Tony Khan's going to have a fucking.
I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm sick of the
bullshit.
I'm sick of them undermining.
I got way more money than Jimmy Crockett. Like, no shit, you do.
No, exactly.
It's inflation, bud.
I'm not gonna take it anymore. I'm not gonna take it. Yes, you are gonna take it.
Yeah, you're gonna take it. You're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Right? Tony just. Do better, which they've been doing a lot better, actually.
We'll give their kudos. The shows have been way better since they also dropped some dead weight off the show. So
look in my eyes, what do you see? Like Mussolini and Kennedy. All right. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I can't wait.
It's gonna be really, really fun next couple weeks. So, let's hit this bumper. We haven't played this in a while. We're gonna have to. This is not something we're saying. Someone we're saying goodbye to, but something we're saying goodbye to.
You're fired.
You're fired.
I'm sorry. You're fired. Get out of here. You're fired. I suppose you're fired. How the hell are you gonna get fired on your day off? Yeah. Fired.
That part where it goes, how the hell are you gonna get fired on your day off? It rings very great movie.
Classic movie.
Rings very true to this because this something got fired on its day off.
Yeah.
Supposedly, Hell in a Cell, the event, not the match, the event is going away. We're no longer going to see Hell in a Cell pay-per-views. I know, Marco, you're obviously a super fan of this. Tell us why.
Oh man, if you've listened to the Chick Foley show, you know we all hate the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and it should be back to its original roots as a not a once in a lifetime, but like a once a year, maybe twice a year match or a blow-off match or something like that. So I'm excited. I mean, kudos to Triple H. I'm just going to give him the props because I'm not sure who else is. We'll give Shawn Michaels too, and Stephanie. They probably put their heads together and said let's get rid of this thing. But I'm glad they got rid of that pay-per-view. I mean, it wasn't needed. It's definitely that match is definitely a marquee like match that they can put on a bigger stage, a bigger pay-per-view. And like we spoke of, maybe like a theme type of, Raw or SmackDown or something like that. So I'm just glad it's going to be, it's going to be something special again. So
I am the game, JR.
Yeah, man, they're just like, I mean, it's like the opposite. Like, instead of, Vince McMahon was firing people, Triple H is firing all the shows.
Yeah.
He's getting rid of everything. He's like cleaning house. He got rid of the old NXT. NXT 2.0 is gone. He got rid of Day One. Now he's getting rid of the Hell in a Cell. Like, everything they get rid of a lot of shows and stuff, which, I mean, better shows and people, right?
Vince, you are relieved of your duties.
Do you think Vince McMahon, like, every time he, like, he opens his phone, he's like scrolling through and looks at like wrestling news, or he winces, he's like, oh, every time like something.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in Vince McMahon's house right now. Just to see what he's up to, like, does he watch the shows? And, is he cruising the Wrestling Observer?
Dave, he's reading. He's signed up to the Wrestling Observer. He's like,
I'll sign up. He's signed up to Fightful Select.
Oh man, I'm curious too to see how he reacts to all these crazy changes that's happening to his once company.
Tyson says, hopefully Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber events are next.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Money in the Bank. Keep Money in the Bank, but yeah, Elimination Chamber. I mean, look, if you're gonna get rid of Money in the Bank, definitely bring it back to WrestleMania. It was definitely that's from WrestleMania, was it 21 to 26, whatever. That it made those WrestleManias feel a little bit more special because we're like, you're gonna have an Undertaker match.
Yeah,
you're gonna have, of course, a couple World Championship matches. Some kind of work rate match, brother, and Shawn Michaels match, if you would. And then you're gonna have Money in the Bank. So it was like, all right, how's this gonna play out this year?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do it, put it on WrestleMania, and then you can, kind of kill two birds with one stone by they want to throw all these talent on WrestleMania, which is whatever, that's fine, but you can do that easily with the Money in the Bank. If you can do men's and women, you can do night one to have one of the men's or women matches, and then night two have the same thing.
Yeah. Well, the other interesting thing too is I totally forgot about this. Is actually just talking about like them canceling like shows and stuff like that. I think they announced like maybe like a month ago or a few months ago for the company they're going to start acknowledging a lot more holidays and stuff towards the end of the year. So like Thanksgiving,
and
like Christmas and stuff like that. So I'm assuming maybe that's why they stopped. They're getting rid of some of these shows because like Day One and like the end of the year shows to give that like kind of like give those employees a break, because obviously there's a lot more people that make these shows happen,
right?
Besides so like camera guys and all stuff. Like if you're not like, you got to think about if they're just like doing traveling shows like during those months where they don't have a show, those people can just be like home, essentially.
Well, yeah, but even so, like if you're just doing house shows, even you still need a crop of people.
Yeah.
I used to know somebody that worked for WWE for a little while, and he kind of like ran their cables. I mean, he had to be everywhere. I mean, he was every house show, every television show. No. He ran the cables.
They said tables. I think he ran.
Devon, get the cables.
But yeah, no, that makes sense. But because they really don't film those things, though, right? They don't film like the house shows.
No, but I mean, it was just like as far as like production, the actual
like light,
in-house production, lighting.
That makes sense.
Right. Because I mean, they have like a mini entrance on the house shows.
True.
Kind of similar to like a Raw SmackDown kind of thing. So, but as far as telling the cell goes, I mean, and Elimination Chamber, yeah, I mean, you got to use those two matches, especially Hell in the Cell, as an opportunity to build a grudge.
Yeah.
And even if you don't see it every year, I'm okay with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just use it as an opportunity to now this year it was used correctly, in my opinion, with Cody and Seth.
Yeah. That was the only match.
And you didn't have like 2 or 3. One year they had, I think, 3 Hell in the Cell matches or something like that.
Yeah, that was what year was that? That was
it was like 2017. They had the tag team, women's, and a men's match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Overkill.
Yeah, it was like God. Like, it was like every other match was a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
So, I'm here for it without a doubt. Elimination Chamber, same thing. Like, I like how it's used as far as like a buffer or a second chance opportunity to get to WrestleMania or whatever. But it only works if you have 2 world champions, to be honest with you. You know?
Yeah.
So right now you don't have that. Now you could use it for the women's side, I guess, but I don't know. It's just I'm not here, to watch Elimination Chamber, and they are doing it this year though. That has been announced.
The Elimination Chamber,
Yep,
for next year,
February 2023. I think it's gonna be in Montreal, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's
and you could. And technically, with that, you could do 2 matches. You could do like you said, that Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber. You can technically keep those shows because they're there's a women's one and then there's a men's one. Right. Same thing with Elimination Chamber. There's a women's Elimination Chamber and a men's. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they got rid of it and added it to like a SummerSlam show or.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how they used to do it. Like you use it to kind of gain some heat, like Triple H, for instance, right? When he was during his reign of terror, he went through a couple Elimination Chambers that he won because you thought, okay, this is the time where Triple H is going to lose the title.
Yep, he's definitely going to lose.
He's going to lose the title, and pretty much every time during that reign of terror, he won, and it was like, oh God, when's he going to lose? So you could use it like that, but I agree. Now since Hell in a Cell is going bye-bye, if the reports are true, what would you replace it with? Would you replace it with a pay-per-view firstly? And if so, what would you replace it with?
What is how they moved it to what? They moved it later.
It's like June right now.
Yeah. It's too close. No, I wouldn't put anything there. It's too close to SummerSlam. And SummerSlam was pretty much in July this year. Like, it was like I think what was Hell in a Cell in June, and then they had one in July.
Yeah, it was like May or June, something like that.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't put anything there. I'd keep it more building. If I'm thinking what they're thinking with Triple H, you can tell by how his stories run. They are very story driven.
Right.
So I could see them, removing that and not putting anything there and just using that to build until SummerSlam.
Well, and I think part of the Vince booking for a little while, the pay-per-views kind of handicapped him because he's like, all right, pal, we're going to have one every month. And it kind of handicapped him because then it's like you have to
it's not
quickly
special.
build. You have to quickly build every 4 weeks and then you're recycling. But I think what so Backlash is right before that, right? So you got WrestleMania.
WrestleMania Backlash is after WrestleMania.
Backlash, pal, not WrestleMania. Backlash. So I think you could do one of 2 ways. You either get rid of Backlash, so you go WrestleMania to June.
Yep.
Or you put. So let me start over. You push Backlash to June. You don't call it WrestleMania Backlash. Just call it Backlash. Yep. You go from WrestleMania to June. And you're kind of getting things restarted, or you get rid of Backlash completely, and in June you bring back the King of the Ring.
Yeah, I was reading that there's talks of they might be bringing back King of the Ring,
but we got to do it with some story, like they did with Brett and Owen and who else? I'm trying to think. Austin. Had some story with it. Triple H,
like the pay-per-view should be those eliminator matches. But I think they're supposed to be doing something with the women too, like the Queen's Crown or something like that. It's called, or I forget.
Yeah, they need to try to get the get that rights to the Queen of the Ring. I mean,
something like that. It's something like that.
They got plenty of money. Let's buy them out. Like,
I mean,
who is it that has the rights?
The Queen of the Ring. Oh, I forget who has it.
Is it? Not,
I think it's. Isn't it like a organization, Queen of the Ring, or no? I want to say it's like an actual. I don't think it's like a trademark of any company. I think it's like an actual name.
Well, somebody like owns it, I believe. I can't remember. I know the last time this happened, whenever they did the Queen's Crown tournament, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, there's a movie called Queen of the Ring. Oh, it's a 6-episode South Korean television drama.
maybe that's what they get.
Queen of the Ring. Oh my god. Jeez.
Why can't I can't remember what that is.
Oh, Babs Bunny and Vague presents Queen of the Ring. It's a rap.
Oh, that's right.
It's a rap battle.
Yeah, battle rap league. That's what that is. Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Now I know. Yeah, I mean they could probably buy that easy.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
come on, Triple H, come on.
Pony
Pony up the money.
Let them be called the Queen's Crown or whatever. You know.
Yeah, I know, right? Just come on. Let's get this going. But yeah, I mean, I really wish they would just copy AEW and just do like themed shows. That's what in between those pay-per-views. I mean, just bite the bullet. Copy TK. I mean, it's not a big deal. Everyone, there's nothing new under the sun.
What would you cut out? You just go to 4 pay-per-views?
I mean, I guess you keep Backlash because it's kind of like it's always been that theme after WrestleMania. There's always like that's always been kind of like a thing since like the early 2000s. The Backlash pay-per-view after
you got to have a Saudi show in there. Unfortunately,
yeah,
you got to have a crown jewel.
Remove Elimination Chamber. That pay-per-view and do like themed pay-per-views in between.
So we'll have Royal Rumble. So we'll go Royal Rumble, then we'll go
right into Mania.
Right into Mania. Then Mania into Backlash.
Yeah.
In June.
Yep.
And then Backlash,
SummerSlam.
And then SummerSlam
into
Queen's Crown in October.
Maybe.
I mean, not Queen's Crown, Crown Jewel, excuse me.
Crown Jewel, yeah. And then
Crown Jewel or maybe September. I don't know. Yeah, you could kind of still keep that as like your house show and then Survivor Series. That could work.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad thing if they use, like I said, they have NXT. I mean, actually, no, they kind of moved the Halloween Havoc to like an actual show because remember it was just like a themed type of thing.
Right.
Like they should. I mean, they should just. I would consider doing that. I mean, that's just like a special edition of Raw where you have like kind of like pay-per-view quality matches happening. And same thing with SmackDown, like a special edition of SmackDown where you have like you said, it's almost like a pay-per-view type of thing. And you get more eyes watching it. I mean, that's just me, but who knows? Who the hell knows? And look, it seems like they're going backwards. Like they're like removing the multiple month pay-per-views. That's what it looks like to me anyway, but
I don't know. I mean, I'm here for it. They do it. Do it that way.
The other thing too is you have NXT as that other brand to do pay-per-views. So in those months where there's no main roster pay-per-views, you could do an NXT pay-per-view. Like remove an Elimination Chamber and put an NXT pay-per-view in that spot. Remove Hell in a Cell and put an NXT pay-per-view in that spot. More takeovers. Takeovers back.
I don't know if maybe they may have like a deal with Peacock where they have to supply so many premium live events.
Yeah,
I don't know. Then like they may be part of the deal. Like, we got to supply 12 now. Like you said, what you could do is you could put the NXT like a Halloween Havoc. You can do
NXT Great American Bash,
Great American Bash.
Yep. You could do that stuff. I mean,
bring back Starrcade while you're at it.
Yeah, I mean,
let's go WCW Light, baby.
Yeah, I read rumors of that too, like bringing Starrcade back as like a premium live event.
I'm here for that.
Bring back World War III. I mean,
baby, now we're talking.
We're almost. I mean, it's almost like art imitates life. I mean, probably almost on that brink anyway. So you might as well bring the actual.
Let's get some Spring Stampede, some Slamboree, baby.
Let's do it. Let's bring they get the Dusty catalog, right with the Rhodes again. The other royal family.
At least half of the Rhodes.
just get all those ideas, all those Dusty ideas, and bring them back to life, dude.
I was watching. This is completely off subject, but I was watching 1997. I love, everybody knows I love going. That's my go-to. I was watching some 1997 Monday Night Raw the other night, and some cringy stuff.
It was Goldust around? Are you talking about Goldust?
Yeah. So
yeah,
it was whenever he had the sit-down interview when he had no makeup. It was going as Dustin Rhodes Rhodes with Terry, and he like leaves Terry. It's just so cringy. He goes,
"Yeah,
you could take this ring and you could shove it."
was that when like Jim Ross was doing those like sit downs? Like
yes.
He did one with Mick Foley, and then they're like, "Oh, we got to do these with everybody."
Yeah,
and then they
did
keep
like, doing everybody. Yeah.
With Triple H and I thought you were gonna bring up Jerry the King Lawless feud with Goldust, because that you could not say. Yeah, so go back. You can probably just search it before you go.
Is it 97?
It might be 96. Late 96 is.
There's some slurs being used.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jerry King Lawler was not holding back of what he thought about Goldust. His character. He like legit flat out like, boom. There's the word right there.
All right.
I was like, whoa.
We're live, pal.
I was like, wow, jeez. And he was kind of like throwing Dusty under the bus too. Like he cut a promo on Dusty. He cut a promo on Dusty Rhodes, and then he proceeded to berate his son with some very some words you can't say nowadays. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like,
you can say them, but you're gonna be canceled, pal.
Oh yeah, no. I was like, we actually were able. Like, if any was like any kid growing up now. And they're to like Anthony say, like young Anthony, like him to go back and watch, like, dude, like the amount of stuff that they said on an episode of Raw back in like the late 90s, that would not fly at all nowadays. Like Raw wouldn't be around. Raw wouldn't be the longest running episodic show on television. It'd be like canceled like way back.
Bret Hart said some stuff too, like.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he goes, I know what the HHH stands.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh jeez.
Oh man, and he loved dropping that word on the rag. He's just boom.
Oh, he did. Yeah, I mean, yeah. His favorite words. That word and Goldberg are his favorite words, I think.
Goldberg ended my career.
He hates Goldberg, dude.
He's the most unsafe worker there's ever been. One of my favorite lines from that era is from Wrestling with Shadows when he goes, Vince wants me to drop the title. Might as well blow my brains out.
Like, what, dude? Relax.
I love Wrestling with Shadows.
Oh my God, so funny.
It's a great piece of cinematic.
Oh, Brett.
Documentary work.
Wow. Such a drama queen.
Yeah. Let's go to our match of the week. Match of the week. That song always makes me feel like I should be taking some ecstasy or something. You ever see Pablo Francisco stand up?
Oh my God, yeah, yes.
Are you Ian? No, I'm Pablo. What does this stuff make you do? It makes you really, really horny. Oh, I'm already on it.
Yeah. So good.
Shit. Anyways, what is your match of the week?
Oh man, dang! I wish we could pick from NXT because.
No, you can. Go.
I'm going with the ladder match, dude.
Ladder match.
Halloween Havoc ladder match. Watch it if you haven't. Like I said, It's right at the beginning, so you don't even have to watch the rest of the show if you don't want to. You don't have to fast forward through anything. It kicks it off, and I got the bonus points for that because I picked the ladder match as the opening match. So, but yeah,
yeah. I did too, and I think I still had only 3 points. I got the bonus right. I guess I got everything else wrong, basically.
Oh man. But if I'm gonna pick between Raw and SmackDown, I did enjoy Bayley and Bianca Belair.
That was good.
On Monday Night Raw.
That was a fire match. So, for me, I guess we'll talk about as far as who won the week in a little bit. But man, I don't know. They had some good matches. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to throw out 2. All right. Because I got 2. Then both from one's from Raw, one's from SmackDown. Because I can't honestly pick. I really enjoyed the Sheamus Solo Sikoa match.
Yes, yeah.
It was really good.
Solo's good, dude. He's gonna be literally the next Tribal Chief. He could be the one. We don't know.
Yeah. He's really good. But it was a good solid match. But I think, man, I just wanted to mention this one. I think this, now I think about it, this is my match of the week. Finn Balor versus Carl Anderson.
I was going to say that too. That actually popped into my mind.
And I mean, look, I love when they start off hot, like with a big banger match, and that's AEW or WWE. I love when they do that. AEW's more known for it, and that's what I love about it. You start off with a banger match and you just go. Like it gets everybody, riled up and ready to go. Then you can set your hook and go and win the show. I don't like when they start off with promos. I mean, and like what they talked about on the flagship this week. If you're going to start off with a promo, it's got to be something big happens. Something big's going to happen. You either got to have a return or debut or you're setting up some major angle, something.
Yeah.
So, just to go out there and have Seth Rollins go, ha, 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 and cackle for 15 minutes. I'm just like, yawn.
That's funny.
Moving on. But yeah, man, Carl Anderson,
dude.
He could fucking go, man.
When I seen that, when he was like, "Oh, let's go right now," I was like, "Oh shit, there's gonna be a fucking good ass match," because they know each other. That's the other thing too, like the chemistry.
Right.
So they're gonna put on a fucking banger match. Like that's why I kind of like the fact that like they're having this feud because they've all interacted with each other.
Rhea body slamming. Tyson says Rhea body slams Gallows. That was awesome.
That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Gallows, he's such a brother. He's such a good brother.
They're entertaining too. Like they can turn it on and be like, ass kickers, but at the same time, they can switch really fast and be entertaining and funny and stuff like that. Like when they're like sitting in the back. They have like the ice packs on.
Yeah.
Dude, that was hilarious. But I'm just waiting. Like when they all like I said, they're the original Bullet Club. So, and I love the fact that Finn Balor's like kind of throwing it out there. Like if it wasn't for me, none of you guys would be here. Essentially,
right?
Because he created the Bullet Club. He's the original. He's technically the OC.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the first as they call it, gaijin in Japan. Like, he was like they hated him. So that's how the Bullet Club started was, him, and then he, gathered his crew. But it's kind of like he's throwing shots at everybody that's been, a part of the Bullet Club. You guys are just riding on my coattails, all of you guys. But I love it. I just love the fact that they're all actually getting shine, because I think this is what we wanted to see. When obviously when Vince was in power, when you had AJ, you had Gallows and Anderson, and you had Finn Balor, but they were all on a different level. Finn Balor wasn't even interacting with those guys. Like they're just like not they didn't exist like when
Right.
they were actually working together on events. But now that Triple H is in power, it's like it's no secret. They all know each other. They've been in the ring together. They even say it. The commentary, good old KP, talking about that. They've wrestled. They've known each other for like I think he said like 20 years or something like that, and they've wrestled in the Indies, and they're bringing that. Obviously they're not saying where they wrestled, but like they're actually bringing up that history between those guys, and it's not, like I said, it's not a secret. Like if you're a wrestling fan, you know who Finn Balor is, and you know what he created. Like,
Right.
So
I
love it.
I'm interested to see. So what do you think is going to happen with this whole Carl Anderson never open championship?
So you see obviously you see the New Japan NJPW's thing saying like he has to vacate the title, but then he came out and said, "I'm not vacating shit."
Right.
He said, "I'm not vacating this title."
Yeah, he's doing what
is this a storyline?
He's doing what he's doing what Bret Hart what Vince McMahon thought Bret Hart was going to do.
But obviously, us being wrestling, marks, is it like since it's out in the like social media, is it a work? Is it like a storyline where come take the belt from me, New Japan invasion on WWE?
Maybe I don't see it happening, to be honest with you. I think knowing Carl Anderson, like this is a shoot, brother.
So the dude, who's facing it for the title?
Was it Hikuleo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who these kind of like family with?
Yeah.
So if they're gonna be, I mean,
Tongue and Death Grip time.
Yeah, I mean they're all like kind of not related, but they all like they're like not blood family, but I forget what they call it in Polynesian, like it's like the Rock's grandfather is not blood related to
the Samoans.
Yeah, like they're kind of like a spiritual like family. I forget how they say it, right. But because technically, like I talked about this before, the only actual blood relative of the Rock is Nia Jax. She's the like actual blood relative of the Rock. Like the Rock he's cousins with Roman Reigns, but he's not like blood cousins. But anyway, that family too is an extension of that as well.
Right.
So if they're gonna have someone invade or try to take the title from Carl Anderson, like not really like show up on TV, but like why not have it be someone part of the Samoan dynasty?
Bring back Ming. Let's go.
Oh, dude, I love that shit. But I mean, like we talked about this on the debate, like Carl Anderson can double book. He can't, like, if the shows are at different times, I'm pretty sure he can actually do both shows. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. So I don't know what this is.
It feels like WWE's like, C blocking him a little bit.
C blocking
Carl Anderson.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong.
But New Japan's saying he has to vacate it. He's saying he's not doing it. He's not vacating.
Oh, so he's gonna make the shot.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna say he basically said he didn't say he was gonna actually wrestle the match or anything. He said he's not vacating shit. Basically, I'm not giving this title up. They're gonna have to wrestle it from me. So I'm not sure. The way, like, if you make stuff public, that tells me it might be a work. I don't know.
What?
Like we talked about this, are they trying to like kind of do like a kind of like a toe or a foot in the door essentially for like not a Forbidden Door pay-per-view event with like WWE New Japan, but do some type of working relationship? Or because I think that's what I think that Triple H wants that. I think he wants to like have relationships with other organizations out there. If he wants to make this NXT thing, like NXT Europe, like work, I think he has to make friends with everybody, not necessarily like overtake, monopolize like Europe wrestling, but like if he's going to want to use some of their talent, like kind of like I did with the Cruiserweight Classic, he's going to have to make friends. He's going to have to, manage these relationships. And what better way to do so than have like your current, WWE roster guy, have that other company's title. In New Japan, let's face it, they're the premier, company besides WWE outside of, the world, I think. as far as like globally. So,
is everyone here a wrestling fan or sports entertainment?
Wrestling fans, sports
Wrestling.
or sports entertainment.
Do you like wrestling? Do you like sports entertainment? Do we have anybody part of the JES here?
Relax. I just want to take some pictures. Has anyone watched that yet? No. Let's not switch over to Dharma, but I just finished it. It's really good. But anyway,
let's go. Let's see who won the week.
Who won the week?
Who won the week? Start you off. What you got?
Let's think. Man, they were both really good shows. I'm gonna go with SmackDown.
Nice.
Mainly because of the story, the story with Jay. It always brings it back to the Bloodline, man. It's just a storytelling. And then we didn't even talk about Bray's promo on SmackDown as well.
That's true. That's a good point.
With him,
I totally forgot to bring that up.
Him basically saying, he's not going to be the blame for
what
what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what the hell that means, but
it's like it's like I mentioned last week. I think he's battling himself. He's got some inner demons that he's trying to hold down.
And each week we're going to see like a different personality, or someone's in a different version of him's going to show.
Yeah, something along those lines, maybe.
But who does he go at? That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out who is his feud. Like, who does he feud with? That's a hard.
I don't know. Yeah, that is really hard.
Carrion, I guess. Like Carrion and Drew.
Carrion hasn't been on TVs really much either. Huh?
Well, he got his ass kicked. Remember?
That's right.
Like beat him to death in the parking lot. Like smash his head in the door like 15 times.
I'm gonna smash him. Then I'm gonna pin him.
I'm gonna smash him. Stack.
Oh, look who's here. Frames is here.
Oh, Frames. Whoa.
Cornette was shitting on it, but I can see them still doing something with Bo
he shit on the promo, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Bo Dallas can play on being an Embrace Shadow.
There you have it, guy. You have
double mayo, double cheese, double meat, you motherfuckers.
Twinkle toes over there.
You got goddamn twinkle toes over here. Don't know what the fuck to do with his fucking shit.
Twinkle toes McGillicuddy.
You got that goddamn fucking twinkle toes. He barely even knows how to do a snap mare fucking takedown, motherfucker. Can't even do a fucking wrestle. You got to do a fucking wrestle sometimes, motherfucker.
I haven't listened to him since the CM Punk stuff, because that stuff was pretty entertaining. His takes on the whole CM. Other than that, I haven't listened to it. What can he complain about? The Bucks haven't been on TV. Kenny hasn't been on TV. Like, there's nothing to be mad at. Maybe Orange Cassidy he could be mad at, I guess. I like it. Not to make this AEW related, but I do like the fact that I was reading somewhere that Orange Cassidy said he's basically the king of the Atlantic Ocean now. Because
Orange Cassidy, he's a treasure, man. He's a goddamn treasure in this world.
But basically the king of the Atlantic Ocean. That's hilarious, dude.
I fucking love that he comes down to the ring with the title in his backpack. That
is hilarious.
Fucking gold. Fucking gold right there. Jeez. I'm gonna give it to SmackDown too. Kind of the same thing you said. This is the story. This was what I was gonna bring up. We were bookend beginning and end of Raw with some great matches. The middle,
yeah, the middle is kind of. They need to work on the middle of this show.
I'm really over this Dexter Lumis Miz thing now. Like they've stretched this out way too long. Let's see them get in the ring. Let's do something.
What's the secret? That's the other thing. They're like, there's this big secret.
Yeah.
Trying to figure this out.
I don't care. Honestly, I don't care anymore. Whoa. Frames. I've loved all the Bloodline stuff. Cool.
Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, storytelling is storytelling. All right.
Right,
I mean,
right.
if it's whether it's if it's good, you got to appreciate it. I mean, as much as people with the that don't like WWE. I mean now it's prime storytelling, dude. I mean, what can you do? And it's been masterful, pretty much.
Frame says I pop for Sami, dude.
Dude, it's just the addition of Sami's like they just whoever I'm not sure who the hell's behind this storyline, the whole bloodline thing, but whoever's doing it is freaking. It's chef's kiss.
I think it's Sami, to be honest with you. I could totally see it being Sami. I mean, think about this El Generico stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, just all that. I think he's got a good mind. So
I can see that. I can also see obviously Paul Heyman, behind a lot of this stuff. But at the same time, I mean, I like not that Sami replaces Paul Heyman at all, but I do like the fact that if he's not there, if Paul Heyman's not there, it's Sami Zayn that's kind of like the wise man almost, right. If you want to call him that.
Yeah. Frame says I'd say Trips is loosening the creative reins a little. I'd say.
Oh yeah. Oh no. They're saying
for sure.
They're actually saying wrestling and mentioning indie stuff. So yeah, you can definitely. He's definitely.
They actually call him moves.
Yeah.
Listen here. Yeah. What does he always say? Listen. What's the big phrase he always says like over and over again? Young Anthony mentions it all the time.
Oh man, I forget it.
I know, whatever. Listen here. Now I'm sort of sound like Booker T.
You get a guy like that.
Oh man,
is this gonna be a shucky ducky quack quack moment? He said that on the paper.
Oh, shucky ducky quack quack.
Oh man.
Oh,
I love
man.
Booker T on commentary. Love it.
Well, I think it's about that time.
Hey, yo.
And we've hour and 7 minutes. This is a record.
I think so.
Gee whiz. And we fit a lot in, too.
Yeah.
We talked a lot. Marco, what's going on in Chick-fil-A world?
Not much, actually. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so we have, this week, we have an open mic with myself, and I interview Nick, better known as Extra Cooler.
The man.
The man, Nick. Guys.
He's a man called Nick!
He's just a man around town. He's pretty much a celebrity. Works with work with everybody. We go into the origins. A lot of the logos you see out there for a lot of podcasts, he was behind a lot of them that I didn't even know about. And we talk about that. Like we just run down his art style and all that stuff, and no pun intended, what draws him to do these to do these types of things. And obviously he's an art teacher too at elementary school, so we talk about that a little bit. But yeah, really good interview. He was a delight, as they like to say.
Of course,
he was a sweetheart.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, but yeah, no, definitely listen to that because he does tell a story that I had no clue about. That's way early in his Instagram, so you'd have to scroll way back. Whoa. And I think he actually captions one of his drawings, telling the story. But yeah, for me it was a big reveal. I was like, "Holy crap, dude!" I'll just say I'll give a hint. He's pretty much behind something we know in pop culture. We'll say. I'll just leave it at that. He's a brainchild behind something that we know and love in pop culture. So, I'll leave it at that. Definitely listen to it and get that. But other than that, chickfolyshow.com. That brings you to our Facebook group, as well as all the links to listen to our sweet voices every single week. But that's definitely. And also, obviously, don't forget Pod Foundation on IG. Follow Pod Foundation. So you get all the updates on everything happening with the Pod Foundation. Obviously, that's coming down the aisle. Turnbuckle Tavern, the Extra Cool Show, and the Chick Foley Show.
Yep.
That's it.
Chick-fil-A. Well, this week on Coming Down the Aisle, you head over to comingdowntheaislepod.com, and we've got the one, the only Sheena Phelps.
Oh!
Chick Foley. She's coming on this week.
Wow, you nailed a date down to get her.
I know.
She's impossible, dude, to get. Jeez, I can't even get her on a show.
We watch Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal, Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal.
Nice.
Jake Roberts versus Sting and Cole Myers glove on a pole match.
Such a good match.
Oh man, we saw all the pole dancing going on. We're throwing the dollar bills over to Sting. Dollar bills, y'all.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's an interesting match, to say the least. But hey, Freeps, it's good to hear from you, man. Come over and pop in whenever you want, pal.
You know, definitely.
Yeah. So, but make sure you tune into that. comingdowntheaislepod.com, and head over to the YouTube channel as well. That's listed in there. Speaking of YouTube, let's direct. Oh, and we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and plug that little twerp too, real quick. Young Anthony. Make sure you head over to at Indie Epicenter, the Independent Epicenter. The answer, more like the question. The answer ASC. You'll be able to see him on that. So he's a great guy, but I hate him.
Anthony.
Of course, head over to the turnbuckletavern.com where you can subscribe, folks. We are 6 subscribers away from getting to the 1,000 mark on YouTube. Help us out, please. This has been a long time coming for us, and we're finally happy to get almost be at that 1,000 mark. Please help us out. Head over to theturnbuckletavern.com. If you want the YouTube link, youtube.com/turnbuckle tavern. Go over there and subscribe. Just 6 people. Tell 6 people. There's 994 people out there. Tell 6 people to go subscribe to this. Just hit that button.
Just create 6 accounts.
Create 6 accounts.
Yeah.
Come on, pal. No, don't do that. We like to get it the legit way.
You want to be organic and organic.
We're not like some of these fake artists that rip off of people.
Just buy some people. You guys have enough petty cash, right?
No,
just buy some.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that here. No, we don't do that. Sorry, pal. We don't do that. Of course, you can head over to the call the tavern, leave us a voicemail 304-404-2004. Tell us how much you hate young Anthony. That would be great. Very funny stuff that we could play here. Of course, Teespring. We're on Teespring. Head over to theturnbuckletavern.com. That's where you can get stickers, T-shirts, all that good stuff. Pro wrestling tees. Pick you up an MVP Marco shirt. Pick you up a Boney Khan shirt. If you're gonna pick up a young Anthony or Tony shirt, I'm sorry you ran out of toilet paper this month. So,
oh man, Anthony.
Man, I'm just burying them with that golden shovel this week.
Serves him right.
Yeah. Well, hey, you miss out, pal. That's what happens. You know what happens when you piss off J-Bone? That's what happens. You get buried, pal. You get buried.
Get that shovel
out. Well, Marco, anything else you want to add for this week?
Nothing much. Just live life. Live life to the fullest. Don't actually. You know what? Here's some words of wisdom. Don't listen to everything. Don't listen. Don't read everything on the IWC. Just ignore the negativity.
I thought you were going to say this.
Life sucks. and then you die.